My name is Ronald Ramirez, and I'm an Associate Professor in Information Systems at the Business School. I am also the Director of the undergraduate program with its approximate 1,600 students. The following slides provide an overview of high-impact practices related to diversity and global cultural issues and how they were implemented in 5 undergraduate business school courses. We start the discussion with our core marketing course.
My name is Mary Lee Stancifer. I teach Marketing 3000, Principles of Marketing. It is the intro course in the marketing field in the business school. Last semester I taught 2 sections of Marketing 3000 with 90 students total. I was motivated to participate in the HIP grant because we have a diverse campus and I wanted to be sure that that was respected in my course. I place students in groups that emphasize diversity by major, international students, racial groups, ethnic groups, and work experience. Students learn from other students that have a different perspective. Diversity is also a very important part of marketing, as marketers place consumers in categories. So in class, I use examples that show different groups of people, and I talk about how marketers target different racial and ethnic groups. Students are often surprised by how hard it can be to find advertising that isn't aimed at the majority population. The biggest challenge is discussing these topics in a way that is sensitive. The benefits are that students feel more respected and included. I had a student whose family was from Taiwan, and she told me that she appreciated hearing an example about marketing in Taiwan. I think it is important to be more aware and think about the diversity that is represented by our students.
My name is Kyle Earhart. I'm an assistant professor at the business school. I teach Management 3000, which is called Managing Individuals and Teams, and the course really covers topics related to organizational behavior. During the semester, I teach 2 sections of the course with about 150 total students. I was interested in incorporating HIP content related to global learning and diversity in my course, largely because of the level of cultural diversity across the students in the class. And I tried to make changes to the course that were both big and small. A minor change, for example, was even something as small as changing the names on test questions to have names that were much more of an inclusive and diverse list. The biggest change, however, was revamping the term project for the class to something where individuals looked at management practices across cultures. The challenges associated with this project have really been the upfront time commitment towards making the changes to core assignments in your course or revamping the content. But in doing so, I have seen students really gain a wider perspective. And I would encourage those that are thinking about this to put in the time, even if it's very simple changes.
My name is Eric Thompson. I teach 1 section of ISMG 3000, Technology and Business, to 31 students. I incorporated diversity and global learning content into the course through the use of infographics that highlight racial and gender underrepresentation in the technology industry. These form the basis of in-class discussions. Students expressed particular surprise in the finding that the percentage of IT professionals who are women has actually fallen from 36 to 21% in the last 25 years. I've since followed up with articles and videos suggesting reasons for this decline, including so-called Silicon Valley culture and sexism in gaming culture.
Hello, this is Jiban Kuntia. I teach ISMG 3000 Business Information Technology Section 4 with 45 students. I have talked about diversity global learning through IT entrepreneurial initiatives in my class. When we discussed IT entrepreneurial diversity issues, I saw that students had questions regarding gender as a diversity, international origination of the entrepreneur as a diversity, and there had been some discussions around that. I would suggest to implement or include international dimension as the focal factor in IT entrepreneurial diversity issues.
My name is Hossein Kalantar and I'm teaching Section 2 and 3 of ISMG 3000 involving 58 undergraduate students. Students complete a case study in each class session and I put the students in groups based on a mix of students' major, gender, and nationality. My goal is to diversify group culture, skill sets, and viewpoints. Based on the assessment conducted in Week 8, I realized that students in Section 2 had to spend about 25% more time to finish those cases in class. However, their answers were richer and covered various perspectives.
My name is Melina Brome, and I am the co-instructor for the London Calling Study Abroad program. In Maymester 2016, we took 27 graduate and undergraduate students to study in London sports and entertainment management. We visited 15 venues and businesses, exposing students to top international organizations and a wide plethora of cultural experiences. Last year, we introduced a requirement for students to pick different neighborhoods, cuisines, and forms of entertainment to explore and report back on a cultural history discussion day. This provided structured mechanisms for students to wander off the tourist path and to try new things. In addition, instructors gave a presentation designed to provoke discussion on British culture, business culture, and etiquette, self-awareness and perceptions, such as prejudice versus perception, and how cultural practices play into business negotiations. Overall, through the introduction of these HIP elements, students were able to discover relevance of learning through the real-world cultural experiences provided by this Study Abroad program.
We extended the use of diversity and cultural HIP practices to an elective course called Business Intelligence and Financial Modeling with 10 undergraduate students enrolled. Project groups were required to include a finance student, oftentimes a local resident, and an information systems student, oftentimes an international student. This enabled a mix of cultures and skills in each project group, enabling cultural learning as well as improved project success. Implementation of diversity and cultural HIP practices touched approximately 400 students, or 25% of our total undergraduate population in spring 2017. We hope to extend the use of HIP practices to all undergraduate core courses to bring about systemic change in the use of HIP practices in the business school. If you have any questions or would like additional information, please do not hesitate to contact me.